what are the various roles, if you're technical, that you can pursue after, you've done programming. What other areas can you think of or go after and be successful in?
There are quite a few directions, especially if you want to still lean on that that technical skill. You can still bring that forward in a number of different ways. The TPM role, technical program manager, is a great one if you also have or want to develop the project and program management skills. There are also people who kind of go higher level and do things like take on architect roles. That's pretty common direction for people to go. I've also, a lot of people see this, at least initially, as a step backward, but I don't tend to, and that would be going into things like DevOps and operations kinds of roles, where there's still a lot of technical stuff going on, but it tends to be more ad hoc, less large project. Sometimes folks with ADHD, for example, find that better because the pieces of work tend to be smaller, yet still very technical.
Yeah.
And they enjoy having a much clearer sense of exactly what they should be doing in a given day. And yet the problems aren't any less difficult. And I say that as someone who spent some time in operations and have a lot of respect for that work. Because those are kind of some top of mind things.
So let's say, we have programmers, they want to now go into technical program management or, system architect. Those roles require a specific skill set. So when people come to you and say, hey, Ben, I've got it, I want to be a technical program manager, how do you kind of help them develop their skills to align to those positions?
Yeah. Well, there's two parts of that. One, the skills are a necessary component, and then of course finding that path to actually get a chance at doing the work. And one of the most successful ways that I've seen for kind of pairing those together is working with a supportive manager, if you're lucky enough to have one, who just being really clear that this is a direction you want to try and explore, and work with them to identify ways that you can start incorporating some aspects of that into your work. That actually tends to be pretty easy with things like TPM, where at least you can start doing more project management, because in software engineering, everyone needs to be their own mini PM anyway. You need to manage your own projects, even if that includes just yourself. There's aspects to that. It's not just coding. You need to have a plan and execute on it, and almost always you're interfacing with other teams or other groups to coordinate, make sure things fit together. A good engineering team manager is going to recognize that getting you experience in joining some of those conversations to start with, and then taking them on your own, will be a great way to start building those skills. And even without that kind of support from your leadership, I find that often if you volunteer to be the face of your team to other teams, a lot of the other engineers are going to be like, yes, please, take those meetings. And even your manager might. And that's a way for you to kind of go after that just by volunteering for some of the work that other folks don't want to do.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that answer, Ben. Thank you. That helps put things in perspective on, what people can expect.